So I asked my sons, what are some traditions, some family traditions that we have in our home that make you feel loved? And they came up with these amazing answers. I'm going to be sharing with you six of the family traditions that make our sons feel absolutely loved, absolutely special. Yes, all of those six came from them word for word. So watch out for them. But before I go into them, I'm going to be welcoming you to this channel, Purpose Driven Marriage, where we model kingdom marriage and help you align with God's purpose for your marriage. If you're new here, welcome. I am Blessing Ekundaya. So let's get straight into it. No time to waste. Six family traditions that make our sons feel absolutely loved, absolutely special. And number one on the list, in no particular favorite order, is Christmas vacation as a family. Yes, I wasn't surprised that they love this, but I loved that they love it. If you get what I mean, Christmas vacation is something that my husband and myself never had when we were growing up as a family. We didn't have the opportunity. My parents were not buoyant to take us out on vacations and things like that. It was not a tradition. It was not a culture. And same with him. But we decided as our children grew up that we're going to make this a tradition. We're going to take them to places, not because we now have money, but because we've made it priority. So we save towards it and we plan towards it. I make sure that I take leave from work during Christmas, and he does the same. And towards the end of the year, we begin to think about, oh, where do we want to go this Christmas? Where do we want to go and celebrate as a family? And over the years, we've gone to places within New Zealand where we live in, and also sometimes we've gone outside of New Zealand. Like in New Zealand, it's interesting how you can live in a country and not actually know places in the country, and not get out of the city that you're in that country, because there are lots of places, lots of beautiful places in New Zealand. So as a family, over the years, we've gone together to Whangarei, we've gone together to Hamilton, we've gone to Tauranga, we've gone to Taupo, we've gone to Rotorua, we've gone to Wellington together, Queenstown, and yeah, just to mention a few. And also we've been able to take them outside of the country also, and this is beautiful. I remember for them there are times where we'll just be having conversations and they will mention how, oh mommy, you remember when we went to Taupo, when we went to the prawn park, when we went to this, when we went to that. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. So it's just beautiful. And what I found out, or what they said they actually like about the family vacation, is the activities we do during those vacations. It means a lot to them. Like we play, as a family, we go to places together, the boat cruise, we do all sorts together, which we don't usually have the opportunity to do while, while we are just stuck at home or busy with work and all of those things. So it's an opportunity to just relax and forget all the cares of the world. And they love it. They love it. So if you're watching this and it's not something that you do as a family, it's something you can incorporate, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Sometimes we don't even fly, we drive to those places I've mentioned, which is it cuts down on costs, and you enjoy like a road trip. So yeah, your children is something that when they grow up, it will be a beautiful childhood memory that will linger forever in their hearts and in their minds. So I love that they love it. So that's number one. Number two is spending a lot of money on our birthdays. That was literally how he said it. Spending a lot of money on our birthdays, and it's interesting that it's interesting to know that this means a lot to children. I mean, for our boys, what we do is, before when their birthday is coming up, so months before their birthday comes up, we begin to have that conversation with them, and begin to say, oh mom, I want this for my birthday, I want Chromebook, I want scooter, I want bicycle, I want this, I want boots, they start mentioning all these things that they want. I want a smart wristwatch, for their birthdays. And together we decide, oh, this one you get, this one you cannot get because of this, like Chromebook. I'm like, I don't think we are there yet, to have a device. Yeah, so we have that conversation. If you want a device, you can use my device with him, but to have your own, we're not there yet, for reasons, best known to us, and we tell them those reasons also. And my husband and I begin to plan and prepare towards it, begin to save towards whatever it is, if it's a milestone birthday, like when they turn 5, when they turn 10, when my first son turned 10, my second son is going to turn 10 soon. We plan for it. They tell us how they want their birthdays, where they want to go to, people they want to invite, because it's usually big. Those milestone birthdays are usually, we celebrate it, and we go all the way for them. But I realized that they have been noticing, they have been seeing, they have been observing, and they value it. I remember now we're praying for my second son's 10th birthday, and he literally told me, we took our first son for we took him and his friends somewhere, where they celebrate the birthday, and he literally told me how much we spent for that, just on that, because he was there when I was making the booking for that booking. And like when I was paying for his, it was like, you spent so amount. I was like, what? You still remember? Even I don't remember. But so it's interesting how those things, it means a lot to the boys, and him saying, oh, we like that you spend a lot of money buying gifts for us, so we go ahead and buy all of those gifts. And one thing I know that we also do that they really value regarding their birthday is on the night of their birthday, or the night before their birthday, so when they are about to sleep, or when they have already gone to sleep actually, my husband and I will write notes on sticky notes. We'll write things on sticky notes, telling them how amazing, how wonderful, words of encouragement, what to inspire them. And at the bottom of each of those notes will also be a clue to a gift, one of the gifts that we have bought for them, and we post the notes. They wake up, we put one in the room and say, oh, there are 10 of this, because it's turning 10 years old. They're 11 because they're turning 11. There are 11 of this around the house. Find them, and we realize that every year they will wake up early to go in search of those notes, because they give them clues to the gifts that we have for them, or what is in store for them on that day. And sometimes they're not able to find one. I'm like, Mom, I can't find this, and it's just interesting, the mystery that goes into all of this, and the excitement. Yes, and I like that they like it, because I remember when my son was turning 11, that the night before that, said, Mom, don't forget, to put sticky notes around. I was like, don't worry, I've not forgotten, I will not forget, So it shows that they really love it, and it's a tradition that we have incorporated in our home, that's helping to build this beautiful memories for our boys. So that's number 2. Number 3 is eating lunch together as a family every Sunday. So this is interesting because it's something that we just recently started. And I mean, essentially because we do not, during this time now, we don't, no screens, we don't put on a TV while we're having lunch. We used to have lunch as a family together. We've always had lunch as a family together on Sundays. But I realized that we would be watching TV in that period, and watching TV usually football, the games. If you're familiar with Premier League, Arsenal would have played maybe on the weekend, and they will be watching replay or highlights and things like that. But we don't get to talk, and it's unfortunate because on that Sunday afternoon alone, that's the only time we actually sit together, like the 4 of us together as a family. During the week, we don't sit together. Like, my children eat differently at different times at night. I eat different at a different time. My husband eats at a different time. So that Sunday afternoon, like, we then decided we're going to make this actually really count, because that's the only time that we actually are able to sit as a family every week. So what we've been doing, since, is for the past few months now, is when we sit together on Sunday to have lunch together, we just bond. It could be a time where we are sharing things about our own childhood experiences, also about church, what happened in church, what we learned, what we inspire our children, we hear from them also, we chat, we gist, we laugh, we talk about, food etiquette, dining etiquette, different things, just as the Spirit leads. But it's also a time, that we've dedicated to bond and connect with them, and for them to also connect with us. So This is a third family tradition that make them feel loved. Number four is praying with us every night. Yes, I was like, when I heard, I was like, that's really nice. So praying with them every night. That's something that we've also we've been doing for since we were very little. If I cannot do it, we try to do it together as a family, and if that cannot happen, my husband makes sure that he does it, for them. Or if he's not able to do it for whatever reason, I come in and also pray with them. But we do not let them go to sleep without any of us praying with them. We pray with them, and we also like tell them I love you. My son said, oh, I like it when you tell us I love you. I said, I love you too. And things like that. And my kids are very particular about hug, and I love that. One of my sons particularly, that's his love language is physical touch. Mommy, you've not hugged me. I want to say good night, things like that. So it's beautiful, and that's a beautiful tradition that we have in our home. Yeah, it makes them feel special, makes them feel loved, and I believe that when they also grow up, even when we are not with them, we are not actively telling them pray on and what have you. It's a habit that by God's grace would have developed, and they would be able to learn to do this by themselves also. Yeah, so that's what we trust. So it's a beautiful memory. So that's the fourth thing that we do. And the fifth one, number five, is having heart to heart every week. This is also very nice, very interesting. I call it heart to heart, and so they've called it heart to heart also, because it's heart to heart means like just us as parents connecting with our sons. So what I've done, my husband has his own session, but I'll tell you about what I do with them. I have sessions with them every week, session with each child, each of my sons every week. So one of them is on Thursday. It's scheduled because life can happen and life can get busy. So one of them is on Thursday and the other is on Sunday. So we already have that in our program, and they know, something that we look forward to. They look forward to it also. Sometimes they tell Mom, tomorrow is my heart to heart, and things like that. During the heart to heart, I've used the opportunity to check on my sons, what's happening in their life, what are their struggles, what's also to check with them, our parenting styles, what they like, about what is happening, what they don't like, what I could work on, what I think we could work on, as parents also. So it's just to check in on them. If they're things that they're struggling with, also an opportunity to know what's happening in school. And also sometimes to encourage them also. During that period, we could chat, we could gist, we could just laugh. It doesn't have to be too serious. And I like that they love it, and they've also seen it, they also see themselves as a part of it. Because recently, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I wrote something about what they said recently, how they want us to start playing games also during during it. They said, we don't want it to be too serious. So I was like, why not, let's play games. And so in the last few weeks they've been bringing games that I will play with them, then we'll talk, like recently my son brought he gave me a ball during our last heart to hearts, and my second son and we just played basketball with a basketball hoop at home, and it was nice, and then we sat down to talk. So it's nice that we could connect, or they felt connected to me, through the game, and then I can talk and then connect with them. And it's easy to correct our children, when we have connected with them. So I like that they like that tradition. And I encourage you also, find time. I'm too busy. If connecting with your children is priority, um, I'm sure that you can make you can make that time out. And let me tell you something. It's these little things that are actually big things for them eventually, and when they grow up, they remember this memory for life. So it's beautiful if you can create that memory with them. And the last but not the least is playing games on Sunday. So we have a family games that we play every Sunday night. And that's something that we've only recently started in the last few months. but I think it's beautiful and they love it. So the way we do it is anybody can come with a game. So my husband or any of the boys can say, "Oh, let's play this game," and we play that person's game together. We take turns. We bring out our A game and we compete with one another. And during that period, we laugh, lots of laughter. We laugh at each other, one another. It's just so beautiful. We see how interesting all of us are. Sometimes I compete with my husband, then I compete with my first son, my second son. He also competes, and then they compete with each other. It's just beautiful, and sometimes we post it on this channel also as shorts. So I love that they love it. And it's not really about how long it is. It's just about making the moment count. How well it goes. And yes, so I hope that you have enjoyed this. These are the some of the 6 traditions, family traditions that we do in our home, my husband and I, that make our kids feel absolutely loved. And I'd like to encourage you, if you're a parent watching this, or if you're a single person, and yeah, you're looking forward to getting married and having your own children someday. It's something that you could begin to inculcate, in your family with your children. Yeah, let me know which ones you love and you would like to adopt, which ones you're already doing in your family, and which ones I've not mentioned that you do in your family. I would love to learn too. Maybe I could adopt a few more, yeah, and make memories with our children. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have learned from this. Yeah, so feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. There's tons of videos on this channel that would help you, help your single life, help your marital life, help your parenting life, help you as a person. Yeah, so God bless you. Until I see you again next time, I'm Blessing Ekundayo, and this is Purpose Driven Marriage. Bye for now.